In our science story of the day, The Guardian reports on the future of lab-grown meat. It's estimated that this year Americans will eat about 220 pounds of red meat and poultry each. Forget about the environmental impact, animal treatment, health issues, effects of greenhouse gases, and think about all the outbreaks of E-coli. I have always been a meat eater myself, but it disturbs me how my food soaks in its own fecal matter its entire life. Maybe if we treated our food better, our food would treat us better. Then we wouldn't be getting sick so often. There are tons of startups trying to solve this issue, but so many of us would have to stop being freaked out about our meat being grown in a lab. Somehow they think that's better than our food being covered in its own waste for most of its life. Memphis Meats, Future Meat Technologies, Gist Inc., and others are leading the charge in developing cell-based meats in its laboratories. Some investors include Tyson Foods, Cargill, Bill Gates, and Richard Branson. So I ask you all this question: would you be open to eating meat grown in a nice clean lab with no risk of E. coli? Let us know in the comments. And if any of these companies want to host a tasting challenge event, please get in touch. The original Star Wars trilogy has had many remasters, edits, and re-releases that have been repackaged and resold to us fans ad nauseum. Yet this is the first one that I have to admit I'm a bit excited about. Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures will be the original Star Wars movies redone as a kids' cartoon. Although most reports say that these shorts will not be a full recreation of the original trilogy, it will be most classic moments. The best part is that it will be free and available to everyone on YouTube. Want more good news? It's available as of today. When Black Panther was released, I kept hearing stories of African American children looking at those movie posters the way I used to look at Super Friends. They had a superhero that they not only look up to, relate to, but also try to model themselves after. I can't be the only nerd that was left wishing that more young children could have that experience as well. Something like that can't be done when it's some hand-me-down like the attempted Ghostbusters reboot. It has to be its own unique and original thing. So I am thrilled to hear that Warner Brothers and DC Comics are developing their first Latino superhero movie with Blue Beetle. Although Mexican-American teenager Jamie Reyes is the third character to assume the mantle of the Blue Beetle, the movie will focus on this era of the character. Because of this, the majority of people will be introduced to the character as Jamie Reyes. The executive producer for this historic standalone movie will be Zev Foreman. Deadline has confirmed what we all feared. Daredevil has been canceled. Marvel's Daredevil will not return for a fourth season on Netflix. With Iron Fist, then Luke Cage, and now Daredevil canceled, there is not much hope for Jessica Jones and the Punisher. However, it does seem that there is hope for the character being part of one of the other Marvel shows on the upcoming Disney Plus streaming service launching next year. Netflix added to their statement with, "While the series on Netflix has ended, the 3 existing seasons will remain on the service for years to come, while the Daredevil character will live on in future projects for Marvel." In other Netflix Marvel news, Netflix Marvel heroes were almost in Infinity War. The list of heroes that were in Infinity War was seemingly endless, but there was an end because they stopped at putting the Netflix Marvel characters in the movie. Slash Films' Peter Serretta was able to get confirmation from the Russo brothers at a Collider screening and Q&A recently. They told him that although they tried, in the end it was too complicated to include the television Marvel Universe. Blade Runner anime series hitting Adult Swim. This new series will be called Blade Runner Black Lotus. There will be 13 half-hour episodes when the show first launches. The series will be on both Adult Swim and Crunchyroll, which are divisions of Warner Media. Preacher has been renewed for a 4th season on AMC. The production will now be moved to Australia, however. Production on Season 4 will begin in early 2019. Season 3 has hovered just under 1 million viewers per episode, which might be the reason for the new location. The first 2 seasons are streaming now on Hulu. It seems that every day the nerd and geek culture world loses another. Today we are sad to announce that the writer of the screenplay for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom has died. Gloria Katz also co-wrote American Graffiti with George Lucas, which many credit with opening the studio doors for the entire Star Wars franchise. She died after a long battle with ovarian cancer on her 49th wedding anniversary at the age of 76.